What was a time someone assumed something about you that was completely wrong? Everyone at work thought I was just the quiet assistant who couldn't handle anything important. I sat in the corner during meetings, barely spoke unless someone asked me a direct question, and kept my head down most of the time. My coworkers would whisper things like, "Claire has no ambition," or "She'll probably stay an assistant forever." Some even thought I was a little slow. What they didn't know was that I spoke 3 languages fluently, had lived in 4 different countries, and spent every night after work building a software program I'd been coding since college. But I didn't brag about it. I didn't feel the need to prove anything to anyone. I just did my job and went home. The assumptions got worse over time. During lunch breaks, I'd overhear people talking about me like I wasn't there. "Poor Claire, she seems so lost all the time," one woman said. "I wonder if she even has a college degree," another guy laughed. My manager would assign me basic tasks like filing and coffee runs while giving the interesting projects to people who talked louder in meetings. It didn't bother me much. I was saving money, learning the company inside and out, and working on my own project. But then one Monday morning, everything changed. I walked into the office and it was complete chaos. People were running around, phones were ringing non-stop, and our IT manager looked like he was about to cry. The company's main database had crashed over the weekend. Not just slow or glitchy, but completely dead. 3 major client presentations were scheduled for that day, and nobody could access any of their work. The CEO called an emergency meeting, and his voice was shaking when he explained the situation. "We need this fixed now, or we're going to lose our biggest contracts." Everyone started throwing out random suggestions. "Have you tried turning it off and on again?" someone asked. "Maybe we should call Microsoft," another person said. The IT manager just shook his head at everything. He'd been trying to fix it since 6 in the morning with no luck. I sat there listening to everyone panic for about 20 minutes. Finally, I raised my hand. The room went quiet, and people looked at me like I was wasting precious time. My manager actually sighed out loud. "Claire, we really need to focus on solutions right now," she said. "I know what's wrong with the database," I said quietly. "The error code on your screen means the primary index got corrupted, probably because the backup protocol wasn't running properly last Friday. You need to restore from Thursday's backup and rebuild the index tables manually." Everyone stared at me. The IT manager blinked a few times. "How do you know that?" he asked. "I built something similar in college," I said, "and I've been watching your system architecture for months. You're using an older version of SQL Server that has this exact vulnerability." The CEO looked desperate enough to try anything. "Can you fix it?" he asked. I nodded. "Give me 2 hours." The IT manager led me to his computer, and I got to work. Within 30 minutes, I had the backup restored. The next hour was spent rebuilding the corrupted indexes and updating the security protocols so it wouldn't happen again. By noon, everything was running perfectly, and I'd actually made their system faster than it was before. The whole office gathered around as I explained what I'd done. For the first time in 2 years, I wasn't the quiet assistant in the corner. I was the person who saved everyone's job. The CEO looked stunned. "Where did you learn to do this?" he asked. "I have a computer science degree from Berkeley," I said. "I've been working as a software developer for 6 years. I took this job because I wanted to learn how businesses operate from the ground up." My manager's face went bright red. She'd been treating me like I didn't know how to use email. The guy who joked about my college degree looked like he wanted to disappear. That Friday, the CEO called me into his office. He offered me the lead developer position with a salary that was 3 times what I was making as an assistant. "Why didn't you tell us about your background?" he asked. "Nobody asked," I said, "and I wanted to see how the company really worked before I got involved in making decisions." The following Monday, there was a staff meeting with some potential new clients. One of my old coworkers started introducing everyone around the table. When he got to me, he said, "This is Claire. She's just our assistant." The CEO cut him off immediately. "She's not just anything. She's our lead developer and the reason we're all still employed. Show some respect."